Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is lighting up a joint, sipping wine, or chewing a leaf that numbs their mouth. They think this is modern, recreational, something their ancestors would not recognize. They are wrong. Getting high is one of the oldest things your species has ever done. And the reason goes much deeper than pleasure. Before cities, before laws, before language as you know it, your ancestors were already seeking out substances that changed the way their minds worked. The question is not why people use drugs. The question is why your brain was built to respond to them at all. You did not invent intoxication, you inherited it. In 2019, archaeologists excavating a cave in the Judean desert found plant material dating back over 10,000 years containing psychoactive compounds. Not medicine, not poison, something intentional. Researcher Danny Rosenberg concluded these substances were carried in deliberately. Prepared, used with purpose. This was not an accident. This was a ritual. Your brain runs on a system called the endocannabinoid system. It was named after cannabis because scientists discovered it by studying what THC does inside the brain. But here is the part that changes everything. You had this system long before cannabis existed in your world. The plant did not create the system. It just happens to fit the lock your brain already built for itself. Neuroscientist Daniele Piomeli's research shows this system regulates pain, hunger, memory, mood, and fear. It is not a luxury system. It is a survival system, and THC mimics the molecules your brain already makes naturally. Every drug your species has ever found works the same way. Opiates mimic your natural endorphins. Psilocybin mimics serotonin. Cocaine hijacks dopamine, the same chemical your brain releases when you eat, succeed, or connect with someone you love. Every single one is copying a system your body built for survival. So why did your ancestors use these things deliberately? Anthropologist Benny Shannon spent years studying indigenous use of ayahuasca in Amazonian ceremonies. His research proposed that shared altered experiences helped early human communities build social bonds, transmit culture, and create collective meaning. The ceremonies, the rituals, the sacred plants. These were not escapism. They were technology, a way of synchronizing minds together. Your ancestors were not trying to check out. They were trying to connect in. And now, look at what you do. You go to a party and drink. You share something with someone you just met and feel like old friends by the end of the night. You are doing a version of the same thing your ancestors did around a fire thousands of years ago. The setting is different. The substance is different. But the drive underneath is identical. The need to feel less alone. The need to quiet the part of your brain that never stops watching for danger. But here is what nobody tells you. The reason drugs are so powerful is the same reason they are so dangerous. Your brain did not evolve for unlimited access to reward. It evolved for scarcity, a successful hunt, a meal after days without food, the warmth of another person after a storm. These triggered bursts of neurochemical reward so intense, your brain recorded them as worth repeating. Now imagine accessing that reward on demand, anytime, in unlimited quantity. Your brain turns down the signal. It reduces its own sensitivity. Ordinary life starts to feel flat, and the only thing that feels like anything is the substance. This is not weakness. This is ancient machinery running in a world it was never designed for. Psychologist Gabor Mate has argued for decades that addiction is not a drug problem. It is a disconnection problem. Underneath almost every compulsion is pain that was never processed. A nervous system that learned the world was not safe and found the only available exit it could. The drug was never the disease. It was the solution to a problem nobody was allowed to name. Your ancestors used these substances in community, in ritual, with intention and structure. The context gave meaning to the experience. It was not something you did alone, in the dark, trying to stop feeling something. It was something you did together, with a purpose. The difference between those two things is the difference between medicine and poison. So the next time you see someone reach for a drink, a pill, or a plant, do not ask what is wrong with them. Ask what they are looking for. Because somewhere beneath all of it is the same question your ancestors asked 10,000 years ago, sitting in a cave around a fire. How do I feel less alone in this? You are still asking the same question. You just forgot you were ever asking it at all.